crypto warriors, changing our world day by day. The way of the crypto warriors, can't rely on the bankers, no way.
Good morning, Bix Weir, roadrunner.com with your morning horn of Z's, your sip of chocolate coffee, and I already drank it. I actually got to make a quick one today because I'm on with Dave at X22 Report. That'll come out in the next few days. Talking about the good guys versus the bad guys. It's going to be a good discussion. Although it doesn't look, something's wrong with this. I've been having computer problems. Silver's up a little bit, 50 cents. Preparing for my Dave discussion, I wrote down some interesting numbers about the end of silver manipulation. I do believe we are in that process. It's been going on for about a year and a half. Just so that you know, I mean, the obvious is premiums are through the roof. I mean, Silver Eagles, the U.S. Mint, I have two calls into the U.S. Mint. They have a phone number you can call for the Silver Eagle program. And it's a guy who says, hey, I'm away from my desk. And he hasn't called back yet. I wonder why. Why have a phone number to call if you're not going to call someone back? So I'll call again today. I've called so far every day. I'm going to give them a call until they call me back. But they've stopped making Silver Eagles. At least as far as the data is concerned, they have let's take a look again. Where are we here? Right here. Select the program, American Eagles, by month, 2022. Remember, the maximum capacity, at least we think, is 47 million Silver Eagles that they made back in, I think 2011. Right here. September, they stopped about mid-September. They stopped at 833,000 coins. Total for the year then, if they they haven't done anything since mid-September, nothing in October, nothing November, December, they decided to take vacation anyway. So this is 13 million coins, which is 25%, 26% of production capacity is all they're going to make. That's all they're going to give the public, even though Ventris Gibson, the head of the Mint, said they have expanded the Silver Eagle production capabilities. So they can do 60 or 70 million ounces a year, and they only did 13. You know something big is happening. But I did want to give you these little tidbits. Eagle premiums right now are at like 80 or 90%. It's hard to even tell someone, even if they don't have any U.S. Mint coinage, to go buy U.S. Mint coinage right now, unless you're going to buy like the silver dimes. That's the only thing those have probably gone up too. The 35% dimes that they're tough to sell, but they have very little premium. All retail is going away. And probably next quarter there'll be none left. By the end of the year, none left, unless you're going to pay 100% premium. That's going to get it out of people's hands. COMEX inventories have gone from 150 million to 39 million in the last 18 months. SLV inventories have gone from 730 million to 530. That's minus 200 million in the last 18 months. And there's a 50 million ounce share short position in SLV, which makes it 250 million have left. LBMA, which nobody believes their numbers, they said they had 1.2 billion ounces in inventory. They are now under a billion ounces, under a billion at 997 million. So that's 200 million gone from LBMA. But nobody believes those numbers. I don't believe those numbers. The gold-silver ratio is at 90-1, which means over the last 50 years, I mapped this out. You have a 99.8% chance of doing better by holding silver than holding gold right now. When it's above 90-1, you have a 99.8% chance of doing better in silver rather than gold. So why isn't everybody swapping their gold for silver? That's not even counting all the extra gold there is out there. I would say there's over 1 million to 2 million tons of gold available now that the U.S. is not telling people about. I think it's around the world. Obviously, if you've read Sterling and Peggy Seagrave's book, Gold Warriors, you know there's at least 300 million, where Jeffrey Christian will tell you there's only, 300,000 tons. Jeffrey Christian will tell you there's only 200,000 tons that's ever been made. If you want to believe Jeff Christian, go for it. Silver's not rigged. Gold's not rigged. Hug your banker. So Jeffrey can buy, give himself a Christmas bonus. He's done a good job for the bankers over the past, how long has he been doing this? Since he broke off from Goldman Sachs in the 1980s. They had to break him off because they needed an expert, third-party expert, not affiliated with the bank. So he's been in this 45, 50 years. Wow. That's a lot of lying, Jeff. Anyway. Really interesting bill going through Congress. The NOPEC bill. The NOPEC bill, which would allow OPEC members to be sued under U.S. antitrust laws, has been placed on the Senate's legislative calendar. Okay, the United States, the biggest market rigger in the history of history. The United States of America rigs every single market every single day using futures and options. We want to sue OPEC for rigging the price of oil. Now, first of all, let's just look at what Biden's doing right now. He's artificially suppressing the price of oil by dumping massive amounts of oil from the strategic oil reserve. That under this law, he could arrest himself. Oh, it's just for other people. The United States has no moral authority left. Who gives a shit what laws they write? Nobody's going to care. This is just so ridiculous. The so-called No Oil Producing Exporting Cartels Act, which proposes to amend the Sherman Act to make oil producing and exporting cartels illegal, was placed on the Senate legislative calendar. So is it illegal to rig the price of oil? First of all, we do it on the COMEX every single day. On all the oil futures and options that are traded every single day, it is 100% rigged. We do it by emptying the strategic oil reserve. What do you think dumping massive amounts of oil is going to do to the price, Joe Biden? You said it yourself. You want to suppress the price of oil by dumping oil out of the strategic reserve. What's that? How is that different than what the cartel is doing, OPEC? They want to keep the price stable or move it up. So they stop dumping. So it's okay for you to do it, America, but it sucks when other people say we're going to sue them. Again, the United States has no moral authority left. All these markets are rigged. You want to end market rigging? I wrote a great article on silver manipulation solutions, 17 requirements for a freely traded silver market structure. I'm going to send this to our new CFTC people if they want to read it. I know the old people did, like Bart Chilton read it, Gary Gensler read it, and they wouldn't do it. They didn't implement it. So here's what's going to happen after the crash, after everything goes sideways. Number one, if we start up a derivative market in silver again, I tend to doubt we're going to ever go down the path of futures and options for at least 20 years. Any of them. They're going to be seen as like the worst things ever. Number one, in excessive concentration. Obviously, you don't want the big banks highly concentrated. Number two, require public position disclosure. Everybody has to know how much silver contracts people have every single day. If you want to end manipulation, we're going to have complete transparency. Number three, verify and certify physical metal. If you say this is a legitimate hedge, you need to have the metal verified, and a lot of that will take melting down bars after you drill them and find out they have molybdenum in them and not silver. Number four, a physical reconciliation audit. We don't know how much silver there's left in the world. We're going to have to do a global audit of all the silver available if we want to figure it out. Number five, analyze significant price action. All you have to do is go back to, May 1st, 2011, to see who did it. Who dumped the price from $50 down to $20? Who colluded together? Who built a huge short? We already know it was JP Morgan and friends. But crimes don't just go away because they got away with it. You got to go back in time and say who did this and when and why and bust them for it. Audit past manipulation maneuvers. There you go. Audit certify approved warehouses. All these warehouses are lying. The LBMA does not have 997 million ounces of silver sitting in their vaults. Number 8, audit, verify, and certify physical metal hedges. One of the largest hedging people in the world is the U.S. Mint, which is insane to me. They're out of silver, yet they still have this huge hedge. A lot of criminality goes on under the guise of hedging. Remove ETF physical substitution. No more exchange for physical. If you're going to buy silver, buy silver. If you're not, don't. Number 10, investigate collusion between large traders. Absolutely. They kind of got JP Morgan and friends, but they never, it's the worst investigators ever. That's the problem. Number 11, compare volatility to supply and demand dynamics. Silver should be the most boring market in the world. Supply and demand, out of the mines, it's 5% either way, and yet silver will vary by, what is it, 40% of its all-time high right now? 38% of its all-time high? From 1980, are you kidding? Number 12, employ experts to regulate gold and silver markets. The idiots we have currently at the CFTC know nothing about gold and silver. Nothing. Number 13, engage and consult outside experts. Why not get Ted Butler to look at the books of who owns what and tell you what manipulation is, CFTC? What are you afraid of? Number 14, control gold, silver derivatives. Derivatives. Over-the-counter derivatives are out of this world. Bank of America added 1.2 billion ounces of silver derivatives in the last 18 months. Why? What was the purpose? Number 15, ban high-frequency computer trading. Take out Virtu Financial, otherwise known as EWT LLC, used to be known as. Vinny Viola is one of the authorized participants of SLV. Why would a high-frequency trading firm be an authorized participant of a physical silver ETF? Interesting. Number 16, daily volume limits and public disclosure. I want to know every trade, who's doing it and why. Every trade, who's doing it and why. Open to the public. If you want to go back to a derivative way to derive the price of silver, everybody has to know everything. Pure and simple. And that can be done on the blockchain, by the way. And then obviously CFTC employment restrictions. The revolving door, right now there's a JP Morgan person and a Citibank person at the CFTC as two commissioners. That's insane. And then when people get out of the CFTC, they go to the banks to get their payoff. That's insane. You've got to end that. 10 years at least, before and after. You can't work for any of the participants 10 years before and after you work at the CFTC. That's my take, at least. Anyway, I got to get going. I'm talking to David, X22. If you want more info on the Road to Ruta, go to roadtoruta.com and subscribe to the free public road. On the left side, you'll get emails about all this stuff. Or join the public road, and we will send you the private road. We'll send you a Road to Ruta coin, the Ruta Lives coin. Very cool coin with the hand-painted heart, each individually numbered, double stamped with luster and certificate of authenticity. It's an awesome coin. Go check it out. This is Bix Weir. I'll talk to you later.